Okay folks, I'm going to go into the beacon, which is the Salvation Army. Now this is a place where they help people with problems in their life. The homeless people, people that are looking for somewhere to stay, people that are having problems in their life, emotionally, mentally. It's basically like housing you can go stay for, where they look after you. They take your dole money and then you get free food and free accommodation basically. Well, not free, but you pay for it with your dole money. Because I needed to get away from where I was staying in Brownlee Towers, because everybody was pissing me off, my family included. My stepdad was bullying me and fighting with me, my mother was bullying me, my friends around there was bullying me, so I needed to get away from that place. So I organized to go somewhere and I went to the beacon. Now little did I know that what they were doing behind my back, they were actually sending me into a drug rehab program. Now I didn't know this was a drug rehab program. I just thought it was somewhere I'm going to stay because I needed somewhere to stay. See, this was happening behind my back. I didn't know. They were actually putting me in a drug rehab program. I didn't need a drug rehab program. I didn't have a problem with drugs. If they see me dabbling, then that's the excuse they needed to put me in a rehab program to make me look like I'm the one who's getting up to shit. So I didn't know it was a drug rehab program until I got there. It's a 5 week, well not 5 weeks, it's a drug rehab program until you get out. Until you behave yourself, apparently. I ended up spending 5 weeks there straight. "5 weeks you can't go anywhere. You can only go for walks when they decide to take you for a walk and when they do classes of whatever." Anyway, when I got there, guys, everybody was bullying me. The guys were intimidating me. In the smoke room, there's a smoke section on the balcony. Some big guys, you know, they're closing me in on the smoke section and smoking cigarettes there now. You know, they're trying to intimidate me and make me feel fucking inferior in some kind of sense. Bullying me. Bunch of bullies. The whole fucking lot of them, they were bullying me. One guy added me showing off his criminal record, you know, like he's a fucking star. You know, people are coming to me with this attitude like I'm gonna be happy about you showing off what a shithead you've been in society. You know, he's walking around with his criminal record and he's showing me and this and that. I thought, you're a fucking idiot, mate. What you got to be proud of? You know what I'm saying? People are coming to me like that will excite me, like I'm a little kid, like, yeah, oh, you're a bad guy. You know, and inside I'm thinking, you're full of shit, mate. You know what I'm saying? You're acting like a fucking kid. You're full of crap. Pull your bloody head in, mate. But they come into me with this attitude. I'm like, get away from me, you're full of shit, man. Only trying to intimidate me. People are isolating me. And everybody's asking me if I got papers for cigarettes, you know. I don't know what the metaphor was for that. But anyway, I quit smoking there. I just quit smoking because I couldn't be bothered smoking anymore. People were pissing me off. This, that, blah, blah, blah. I figured smoking was something else I couldn't afford at the time because everybody's made me homeless and broke now. Everybody around me's made me homeless and broke for no good fucking reason at all. They were supposed to be looking after me. So I quit smoking. Just like that. It wasn't hard. Now everybody's isolating and fucking bullying me, eh? When I go into the mess to eat my dinner or my breakfast or my lunch, people are doing this. When they're eating, they're making a noise with their plates. Whenever I move, they're doing something. Everybody's just bullying me. They're making my life noisy. And just absolute fucking bullying me. They ask these people at the beacon, they'll tell you, put them on a lie detector test. They'll tell you they were bullying me. And I didn't know, at this time I didn't know what I had done. The stories I've told you before now, I realize these are the reasons why they're doing this to me. They think I'm a rapist, pervert, pedophile, a fucking armed robber and a criminal. So the fucking system's bullying me. The system's got people with drug addiction problems and homeless people bullying me. Everybody's bullying me. I'm fair game. And I haven't even done anything to anybody. I haven't done anything to deserve this. And I'm making a noise when I go in to line up for toast. 3 people will come line up in front of me. And 2 behind me, they overwhelm me, you know. They crowd my space, my personal space. Behind me, to the left, to the right. They make a noise. You know, they're trying to overwhelm me and get me to feel fragile, you know. I didn't understand why they were doing it. But I told you why, I realized why. And they all just bully me. I don't understand how people can just bully me. Everybody in society is bullying me. Like I've done something wrong. And because of dirty pictures I had, thinking I'm some kind of pedophile. Lisa, the girl that worked there, when I walked in after my interview, she walked like this and she's like, why don't you just take it? You know, she said that, and I always thought to myself, I wonder what that meant. And now I realized she was bullying me. She's talking about a pussy, like, why don't you just take it? You know what I mean? Because she's obviously relating to Haley and my ex-missus and all that kind of shit. She's bullying me like an asshole. Why don't you just take it, you know? Bullying me, mate. Well, why don't you just take it? Talking about a pussy and that. Like I just take from women or take from girls, you know? Like I just take it and think it's mine. She's bullying me like that. She's one of the top girls that work there. There's another girl named Laura, she works there. I was on the computers and there's a little bouncing ball and she's sitting on the bouncing ball like a little girl. And she's bouncing in front of me. Now this is a pedophile notion thing that people do with kids and little girls around me. You know, they act like little kids, bro. Like little kids are gonna fucking excite me or something. She's bouncing on a little ball like this. And she's kind of like talking to me like, and she's cute. You know, and she's got like a real girly voice. So she's acting like a little girl for me, you know. She's taking the piss out of me. Because she's trying to basically say I like little girls. I'm attracted to little girls. That's what she was doing. Fucking bullying me. Noah, the black guy that works there. Now, man, you must remember this time, the system has fucked my hip up. There was nothing to do with avascular necrosis. The system took my hip away from me on purpose because they think I'm some kind of pervert and pedo, right? And an armed robber. So it will slow me down if I ever think of doing this kind of behavior. That's why the system done that with my hip. So they've taken my hip away from me on purpose. So this time I'm walking around in pain while people are bullying me and making me, and walking in my way and making me turn sharp and walk everywhere. This is why they also overcrowd my private space. Because my hip is sore, they try to make me suffer in life. Because my hip is sore, so I got to turn quickly or I got to turn sharply. And everywhere people are overcrowding me. So every time I move, my hip is in pain. This is what they're doing, literally making me feel pain and making my life hard. So Noah, the guy, the black guy that works there, we were coming out of the elevators one time. And I was walking this way and he slowly kind of walked that way. And I walked that way. He slowly kind of moved back, very diplomatically, you know. And I always thought to myself, you know, that seems a bit rude. Was he doing that on purpose? And he was doing it on purpose. Now I know he was doing it on purpose like everybody else. He was fucking bullying me. The guy from the beacon that works there with the Salvation Army. He was bullying me. My hip is fucked and he's walking in my way on purpose. When I move that way, he moved that way. When I move this way, to make me feel pain and walk in my way. Why? What the hell did I do to you, mate? I'm the guy that's in pain with a fucking hip and a walking stick, and he's walking in front of me. You know what I'm saying? He works to help people with problems. Apparently, they gave me all these problems and they bullied me. I realized at the beacon that it's the Salvation Army also that's been watching me in Brownlee Towers. Because the Salvation Army looks after all the old people at Brownlee Towers. I mean, who the hell does he think he is? I'm a guy in pain with a walking stick. I've got a fucking hip operation to get. Because I'm in pain. And he's walking in my way. You help people that with problems. And you fucking bully me. Your job doesn't call for any kind of bias. You're supposed to help whoever has problems in life. And the problems I've got are not even mine. Everybody else gave them to me. What a fucking cheek. Who the hell does he think he is? Or them, or this woman. Everyone's bullying me. Put them on the stand. Get them to swear in a court. Put them on a lie detector test. They'll tell you I'm right. Steve, another guy. Older guy, you know. Really nice guy. Softly spoken. This is what people do. They get really nice people, but they get these people to bully me. So I'm at an emotional conflict whether to stand up to them and talk shit to them, you know. Because they're really nice people. They've got really nice people to bully me. And Steve, he was supposed to call me for my phone call, you know. 2 days in a row, he didn't come and call me. And I told him where the room is I'm in. I told him I'm in room 34 or whatever, down the hallway. He knew that. He said he'll come and get me. He didn't do it on the first day. He didn't do it on the second day. On the third day, I had to have a go at him. Because he wouldn't fucking do it. And he didn't do it on purpose, because he was bullying me. I was getting bullied by the Salvation Army employees. He was fucking bullying me. And I'm not fucking happy about it. Everybody bullying me. These are employees. These are people that work to help people. And they bully me. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't committed any crimes or done anything wrong that I need to be punished for. And they bully me under assumptions. It's absolutely disgusting behavior. And I didn't deserve it and I don't deserve it. I am somebody in this lifetime. And they took away everything from me for no good reason at all. Cameron, another guy that works for the Beacon, for the Salvation Army, he was doing this to me with his eyes. Now, this is a habit I used to do to the TV. I used to go like that to see the writing on the TV. Now, how the fucking hell does he know that? Because that's what I used to do, this. He's doing that to me while he's driving. He's looking at me and he's going like this. Basically, he's trying to tell me, I know you, we the ones watching you. So he's doing what I used to do to the TV. So he was watching me through the TV. And he's relaying back to me what he saw me doing. That's what everybody's been doing. How the fuck you been invading my privacy and looking at me? And then they just throwing it in my face like it's okay. What the hell thinks you got a right to look at me and invade my privacy? In my own private, most personal space. How the hell does that happen? How does that work? No, that's not right. That's called breaking the law as far as I'm concerned. And our privacy is our number one most personal right to privacy. Is to privacy. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? He's basically telling me what I do. Then we went bowling. And Noah, the black guy that bullied me and walked in front of me. Now, because I've quit drinking, they know this. There's a thing everybody else does too. They smoke in front of me and blow it in my face. Just to be arseholes to bully me. My brother does the same thing. Yeah, bro. That's how much respect everybody has for me these days. Now I was going bowling. Now Noah, they stopped at the bottle shop. This is where we parked. Now this is because I've quit drinking and they've been trying to get me to drink. Even my neighbor Ken was trying to force me to drink alcohol. You see, because I quit alcohol, so they ended up feeding me crack. Because I quit alcohol. Because I'm bettering myself in their life. They didn't like it. They wanted to see me fail. Because of my personal business with Haley and my ex-wife and all that shit. So the more I'm bettering myself, the harder they're trying to make me fail. And I didn't know this, but their plan was working very well. So we went bowling and he stopped by the bottle shop. This was to entice me to get a taste for alcohol. You know, it's a sarcasm thing. And they took me bowling. You know why? Because I can't bowl. Because my hip is sore. This is why they were doing it. They were absolutely bullying the shit out of me. This is the Salvation Army. That's why I know it's got something to do with the mental health system and Haley. There was guys in the toilet bagging up weed and all the shit, doing drugs and that there. When I went there and we were doing Bible classes or whatever, because we go in the morning to have a Bible class. Oh, who is it? I see fucking Ken, a white guy. And I looked at him and I thought, this is the same white guy that was down here at the hall, next to where Colin Rainey got fucking taken away and murdered. But this is the white guy that was down here at the hall, dressed like a homeless person, trying to sell me weed or asking me if I've got weed on me. This is the same guy that works at the fucking Beacon, at the Salvation Army. Ken. Can you believe it? Put him on a lie detector test. There's he sitting there like an innocent mister, teaching us about the Bible and the Lord. But he's been going out dressing up as a bum, fucking trying to see whether I'm a drug dealer and trying to sell me drugs. See if I want to smoke weed. What the hell? Can you believe that? Put them on a lie detector test. I want a lie detector test for all these situations and all these women and everything that they accuse me of. That's what I want, lie detector test. To see who's telling the truth. So we can eliminate the bullshit. And I can get what's owed to me. Can you believe that? He's an employee of the Salvation Army. Sean Johns. You know Sean Johns? South African guy. I saw him at the Beacon. He comes there with his hat on. Hey, yeah, how's it, man? Hey. I'm like, hey, how's it, man? How's things? Now, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. People have just been giving me shit in my life and bullying me, and I don't know why. So I'm not mentally fucked. I don't have any drug problems. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. People are trying to make like there's something wrong with me when they come to me, when they approach me. So he's talking to me, hey, yeah, how's it, man? This way, that way. Yeah, and he's looking at me and he's like, oh, yeah, you know, I just feel a little confused and stuff. Talking shit to me. He's trying to tell me that he's feeling confused and this and that's why he's there. And then he says to me, like, if I want any crack or if I want any weed or if I want any cigarettes, just come find him. He's the man, you know, he'll hook me up with anything. See, people are still trying to get me to have drugs or smokes or whatever or weed. I'm not fucking interested in that shit. There's more going on in my life than fucking drugs that I can have anytime I feel like in my life. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in my life at this time. And these people are coming at me to try and feed me depression, anxiety, and drugs and addiction. You know what I'm saying? But they pretending to be my fucking friend. But they there as devils. But I realized what was going on. He was fucking bullying me like everyone else. He came there and pretended he's confused. I'm confused and this and that. And I looked at him. When he said that, I looked at him and I thought to myself inside, I don't really believe you. You know what I'm saying? There's too much crap going in my life and I don't believe you. You're full of shit, Sean Johns. So he offered me all these drugs and all that, and if I needed anything to come see him, like he's the man there. And then he was telling me that, yeah, he's still got videos of us dancing, you know, from back in the day and everything. And this and that. And you know what he was doing? He was fucking bullying me. You know why? Because my hip is fucked. Because the system's fucked my hip up. So he was bullying me. He was getting smart about our dancing videos and back in the day. Basically what he's saying is, how's your hip now? You can't dance and all this kind of crap. And now you're fucked. That's what he was saying, reverse psychologically. That's what he was saying. He was bullying me. And I've tried to contact him since then and I can't get a hold of him like a lot of other people. He's gone AWOL. He came there to fucking bully me. That cake. Sean Johns. Telling me about he's got videos of us dancing. I wanted those videos to see of us dancing. And then I realized last year that this motherfucker was bullying me. They all came to bully me and they fucked off out of my life while I'm unemployed, broken on the dole now. They know where to be found. How does that work? People just come into my life, bully me, make a cunt of me, piss off, and the system fucks my life up.